Have you ever found yourself coming to God out of worry or fear? In Genesis 32, Jacob is on his way back to Canaan after God told him to go, when news breaks that his brother Esau is on his way out to meet him, accompanied by 400 men. Now, at first, that may not sound like a very serious situation, but remember, the last time these two were together, Jacob was fleeing for his life while Esau hunted him down for stealing their father's blessing. And now, Esau, after having all these years to stew over his revenge, comes out to meet Jacob with an army of 400. And so Jacob, with no tricks left in his pocket, turns to God in worry and fear and says, "O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who said to me, 'Return to your country and to your kindred, that I may do you good.' I am not worthy of the least of all the deeds of steadfast love and all the faithfulness that you have shown to your servant. For with only my staff I crossed this Jordan, and now I've become a whole 2 camps. And so please deliver me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, that he may come and attack me, the mothers with the children. But you said, I will surely do you good and make your offspring as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for the multitude." I believe Jacob here gives us a helpful 2-part model for prayer, especially in the midst of worry. First, identify your fears. In this prayer, Jacob lays out his fear before God. Now, chances are you don't have a vengeful brother marching toward you with an army of 400, but we all fear something. Maybe it's the fear of loss, the fear of failing, the fear of being seen as a failure, the fear of being left out, feeling alone, fear of losing control, fear of not being enough. Whatever it may be, Jacob shows us what it really looks like to cast all your worries on God, for he cares for you. But the second part is to internalize God's love. While Jacob lays out his fear before God, his prayer is bookended with an appeal for God to do what he's already promised, even quoting God's own words back to him. And then right in the middle, Jacob says, "I am not worthy of all the deeds of your steadfast love and faithfulness." And so here's what that might look like for us today. You might identify your fear of loss or loneliness, but then internalize God's promise to never leave you nor forsake you. Or you might lay out your fears about life being out of your control or feeling like everything's falling apart, but then recall to mind how God said He causes all things to work together for good. Or you might name your fear of being seen as a failure or not being enough. But then remember that we already have the unearned favor of a loving Father who delights in us, His children. Whatever your worry might be, try this 2-part model. Lay out all your fears before God, and then remind God and internalize for yourself the promises of His faithful and steadfast love.